All right, we are live. Hey everybody, Dr. Jumail here. Just block the whole light. Dr. Jumail here. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday, the weekly show where I come on here live and I share something powerful and transformative to help you make a shift in your life and create something beautiful. If this is your first time joining us, welcome, and a little bit about who I am and what I do. As I said, I'm Dr. Jumail Sayed. I'm a transformation coach and strategist and naturopathic physician, and I work with leaders and high performers to help them create an extraordinary life without regret. And typically that looks like helping them make their dreams come true, helping them unlock their full potential, helping them figure out what is it that's keeping me stuck? What is preventing me from creating the health that I want, the relationships that I want, the business success, the spiritual peace, happiness, and fulfillment, and helping them get there. That's what I do, and that's what I live for. And so, if you have any comments throughout the live, please throw them down. You have any questions that you want answered? If I can answer that, I'd love to help you out there. So today's topic, trust your process. Hey Patty, great to see you. Trust your process. I want to start by talking about this idea of expectations. Very often in life, we have expectations. We think certain things are supposed to happen, and more importantly, or more specifically, we think they need to happen in a specific way. And the problem with these expectations is that we're being too rigid in our life. And these expectations lead to stress, they lead to disappointment, and they get us to start saying this idea that shouldn't have happened, that wasn't supposed to happen. But I want you to think about it from this perspective. Whatever happened is what was supposed to happen. In the same way that a comedian on stage doesn't get nervous and messed up when somebody in the audience shouts out something unexpectedly. The comedian utilizes that because they operate under this principle that whatever happens is what was supposed to happen. You make it part of the show. And now, from the audience's perspective, it's like, wow, this is amazing. This comedian's thinking on their feet, and it's a lot of fun. In the same way, whatever happens is what was supposed to happen, and going with that flow. And I strongly encourage you to have a vision for your life, have something that you're aiming toward, this higher vision where you say 5, 10, 20, 50 years, whatever it is in the future, this is what I want my life to look like. But then, when you come back to this moment, be flexible in the path you take up that mountain to get to that end result. Because you might think you know the best way to get there, but something far more beautiful can emerge that you might not even be aware of. Something painful might even happen along the way that you didn't expect and you didn't even want to happen. But you realize in hindsight, once you're at the goal, that wow, that hardship that I went through made me better. It made me grow. I learned something about myself. I became wiser, and I wouldn't have been as successful if I didn't go through that hardship. So not trying to connect the dots going forward, trusting the process that things will make sense in the end. I had a call with a client probably about an hour or two ago, phenomenal call, 2 hours, dove deep. And this client, he had something that happened in his life that was unexpected. It was more of an emergency where he needed to step up and help take care of a bunch of other people. And he noticed that this week-long, let's say, experience, he, in his words, derailed him, took him off track of getting the things done that we've been working on together over the last several months. And he thought, I didn't make the progress that I wanted to make this week, because this thing just happened. And he talked about getting derailed. How can I not get derailed going forward when things happened? And I thought that was a really interesting word. Derailed mentally gave me this image of a train. And I want you to think about this. The train is on this train track, and it has a very rigid one way of getting wherever it is it's trying to go. And the problem with the train on this one train track is something can land on the track and block it, which means now the train has to stop, and or it has to go backwards because it can't go forward anymore because it's only forward and back, or it gets derailed, which is disastrous because that means either it's going to crash or it's just going to get stuck and it can't go anywhere because it only has one way of getting where it needs to be. Versus, rather than getting derailed, what if you saw yourself as less of a train and more of an off-road vehicle? The off-road vehicle has so much flexibility because it can be on the road and it can be off the road. And the amazing thing there is it can take detours. What I said before, you have this vision for your life, but you also realize that the path I take to get there is more flexible. There's that old expression, life is about the journey, not the destination. And the journey is like you have the beginning, you have the middle, and then you have the beginning and the end, and now you have the middle. And the middle is where the magic is. The middle is where the adventure is. Picture one of your favorite TV shows growing up, and maybe this TV show had episodes and episodes where this main character is going through an adventure. Maybe you're reading a book, same kind of idea. If you just read the first chapter and the last chapter, you see the character development in the beginning, and then you just see the resolution. But there was no struggle, there was no hardship, there was no overcoming adversity, there was no growth. It's not going to be an attractive story. Some of you might be familiar with the concept of the hero's journey. And if you're not, you can Google that, Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey, really fascinating stuff. And showing you that it's the journey that's where the magic and the richness of life is. So I strongly encourage you to be an off-road vehicle, take detours, and be open to new possibilities. Be open to stopping in places you didn't expect. You might learn something new. You might meet some people in your life that'll change your life forever and add so much richness, add memories and experiences, but it can't happen if you're too afraid to go off the track. You'll get there, but recognize that you might not get there the way you thought you were going to get there. So be open. Remember that life is happening for you, not to you. And enjoy the ride along the way. You'll get there. Take care. Wish you the best.